In my, I just finished recording a video about the Undertaker and being old. Uh, I didn't want to mix two topics. Actually, I wanted to speak about getting old, but then the Undertaker's topic came and I started speaking on that. But I do want to speak on a topic which I guess haunts most of us, at least who are have crossed their 30s, and that is getting old. A funny topic. And I think if you are above the age of 40, generally you'll not think about this statement or this thing called getting old. But once you become 40, I don't know, it's like a magic switch. I think that's why they call it midlife crisis. You start thinking about getting old. I just don't know why. Why is it that way? Maybe it's because 40 is the middle point, the center point between like one half of your life. Or generally people live till the age of 80. I don't know what it is, but there is always that statement, no? Midlife crisis. And that happens at 40. For some people, a little bit earlier, but within that range. And once you become 40, now you start thinking about, fuck, what's next? What's next? And the first thing that hits your mind is, shit, I have another 20 more years to earn money. Shit. Because, 40 is like, to give you an idea, when I was young means 16 or 20, 40 was like, forget 40, 30 was like uncle, it's like uncle. And you would imagine a guy in his 30s having a mustache and a pot belly and, Indians, especially South Indians in Dubai, they would dress up stupid with white shoes and white socks and white shorts and white polo shirt. They would dress up like they'd go for a tennis match. I remember South Indian families, picnic day, they would dress up white shoes, white socks, white shorts, white shirt, big glasses, sunglasses. Because that was the day they would be cool, They would go for picnic and all that. So 30, 40, those were the people, 30, 40. They were like old uncles and aunties. In my days, the uncles and aunties would have, now you have a music system, but those days you would have an amplifier, you'd have a tape deck, two dual tape deck, on top of that amplifier, on top of that FM tuner, on top of that something equalizer, on top of that you'd have the LP player. It was a big fucking stack of things. And then you'd have these big speakers. It was like a home theater system, but that was the music system. And those of you who do not know tape, there was an audio tape and there was a VHS tape. And if you wanted to listen to a particular song, oh, what a disaster. You have to rewind. Rewind means go right up to the first song. There would be like 10 songs in a tape or 5 songs. And you have to figure out, is it on side A or side B? Most of you in today's generation wouldn't understand what I'm saying. The telephone had a big wire. And it was attached to the wall. Can you believe? Photographs where you take a camera, take the photos, and wait for 2 weeks when all the photos would be filled. And then once you develop the photos, you'd be lucky if they come out proper. Some would be shaken and some would be not so good. There would be studios for printing the photo. And guess what? There was no such thing as emails. You'd send a letter, I would get it after 2 weeks. And people would actually write letters, right? Oh, there was something called a pager, which would beep where you are. There was a floppy drive, like a paper. It was like a paper, large one, floppy drive. Computers were, what? Like today you have a USB stick that can store how much, like 1 terabyte. Those days, one PC, I think the entire PC speed would be what, 50, 54 KB? Seriously, 54 MB or 2 MB or 3 MB? I'm not joking, huh? To get 1 GB of disk space, 1 GB, it was, you can Google search this. I think it fit into an aircraft, the whole big machine. 1 GB fit into an aircraft. That big it was. They had to take a truck to carry that. Anyway, so I was telling you about getting old. So this was the age that I grew up in. And anyone who's old was considered like 30 or 40. That was the age we considered, okay, he's old, and that person, uh, the person has this age. So now, why am I bringing this up? Why am I bringing this up? Because when you're young, when you're in your 20s, your priorities are different, your thought process is different, you are different. When I was in my 20s, the only thing that I was interested in, number one, was girls. Oh, to impress the girls. Oof, it was a dream come true. A girl had to just want to talk to me, and I would forget everything else in the world. Like, seriously, huh? Like, let's say, for example, I was staying in Ajman, and if a girl in Abu Dhabi, which is nearly, I think, 120, 125 kilometers away, if a girl just wanted to just meet me, I would drive down 120 kilometers with the hope that I can just at least hold her hand, just hold her hand, or just talk to her, or spend time with her. Seriously, just to meet a girl. And those days, there was no like smartphone device where you could see the girl, nothing. You would just talk to the girl over the phone. So just to talk to a girl, I would drive down 120 kilometers, and that too, I didn't have my own car. I would go in a taxi. And then you can imagine if I would get the bonus of being able to sleep with the girl. That was God's gift to me. It was like more precious than $1 million. There were so many times where I'll tell you, my goal was just to meet the maximum number of girls, have sex with the maximum number. That was actually my goal. I wanted to have the maximum number of girlfriends, have sex with the maximum number of girls. And every girl that I would meet, the first thing that I would want or hope for or dream about was sex. Every and any girl. When you're young, in your 20s now, I'll tell you, you can just get up in the morning and you feel like you don't give a fuck. You don't give a damn. Getting up in the morning itself is a difficult thing. But once you get up, you don't give a fuck. You're invincible. You think you're unbreakable. You think you're Superman. Your confidence is through the roof. You can achieve anything. Oh, Bill Gates is a billionaire. I can also be a billionaire. Oh, he did this. Fuck, I will also do that. You go to the gym. You don't go to do bodybuilding. You go for ego lifting. Oh, shit. It's like, instead of doing, like, if I could do 10 kilos, fuck 10 kilos. I'll do 80 kilos, 90 kilos. Even if the way I'm doing it is not proper. And then, yes, showing off like no one else's business. But once you become old, or older, your priorities change. Like once upon a time, my goal was to have the biggest size, the maximum, to be really big, huge, to have like 20-inch arms and big muscles. Today, it's just fucking being fit. In fact, I'll tell you this. You get up every day in the morning and you get up to your body being stiff. Your back is stiff, your body is stiff, your muscles are stiff. Your joints are stiff. And getting up in the morning is so fucking, it's like, ah, shit. It's like you're this person in this body, you're this person. It's like, they show this cartoon, like one character is driving this big machine. So it's like there's a person in my head who is driving me. This is a machine. And the machine has become old. uh, when you're young, you don't think about health, man. You just don't think you're invincible. You can eat anything you fucking want. Go for buffet, eat, party, not sleep the whole fucking night. You don't want to sleep. You want to enjoy. You want to push it to the limit. You want to meet guys. You want to meet girls. You want to go for long drives. Sense of adventure is there. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. You're still partying. You're going to Burger King, ordering some burgers and fries, and then going supermarket, buying the Red Bull and with the girls, and then going somewhere else and trying adventurous stuff. And you park the car somewhere, and you want to shag this girl in the car, have sex with her in the car, and then do something crazy and have sex maybe in the elevator, or try to do something there, and then take her where the emergency stairway is there and do something there. It's like you can go on and on having sex like non-stop. When you're old, 5 minutes. 5 minutes and okay, go to sleep, just forget, and you snore. It's like when you're young, you want to go on and on and on and on. When you're old, you don't want to do that. When you're old, you're like, fuck this. In fact, I'll tell you, I told you, before I would want to meet girls, even if I had to drive 120 kilometers or so. Here in Thailand, I got one or two girls supposed to be fans or followers of mine or whatever. They said, let's meet up. Obviously, I know where that is headed. Okay, let's assume that even if it was not headed towards sex, let's assume they wanted to just meet up with me. I was like, for what? For what? What do you want to meet? They were beautiful. They were young. They're sexy. They're adventurous. Yeah. Was there a possibility of sex? Yes, of course. Why not? Would I like it? No, of course. I'm a guy. I would like it. Do I feel it? Yes, of course. Still stands. I still watch porn. I still masturbate. I still want sex. But then, when that girl called, I was like, do I really want to do this? Drive down all the way till there. Okay, have the possibility of meeting the girl, and then possibility of sex, and then obviously it'll be back of your head. Wife will ask you, then where did you go? Like she normally does. It's not that I'm afraid or anything. I'm not afraid, but the fact that you have a wife, then you have a baby girl, and obviously they would be, women have this intuitive sense where they can sense something has happened. Why to give that? And the entire, discomfort of shit. I think he's having sex, but what do I do? And then there's always a possibility that, okay, this girl may be an STD or something, or you want to complicate life. It's a very funny thing, when you're young, you don't think about all this. You just want to have fun and sex and be crazy. And I'll tell you, in all my 3 other marriages, I didn't give a fuck. I wanted to enjoy. It was my priority and my focus to enjoy. Today, it's like I might just, chat with someone sexually, and that's about it. Watch a little porn, that's about it. I don't want to make sex my priority. The main focus is, okay, how do I earn? What is my earnings? Okay, what is my child doing? Am I guiding her the right way? What is my wife doing? Is she, because she's younger than me, I also have to keep an eye what she's doing. Like, not in the sense of trust. Like, okay, is she happy? Do I have to take her out? Is it time for me to spend some moments with her, take her for dinner or something, Or let's say, for example, she started to watch too much of the phone and all that. Do I need to cut this down? Or is she doing work? Is she being lazy? Because being the head of the family, it's, when you're young, you don't give a fuck about this. You don't care. But as you get older, there is, you become the leader of the house, or you have to set examples. I can't tell my wife about working if I don't work. And obviously, I can't tell my kid the same. So I'll give you a small example. Yesterday, um, as I was about to go out to go for shopping, all of a sudden I could sense my sugar levels coming down. And I told my wife, I think my sugar levels are coming down. Just make for me a sandwich. So she made me a sandwich. So I had something and then we went out. We ordered some good food, fresh food, came back. Came back home as I was doing my stuff again somewhere in the night. I could sense my sugar going a bit down. It feels really, I'll tell you, when sugar goes down, you feel like your body starts shivering, tingling, starts sweating. You're not able to think clearly. You're like, you know, many times when I made the video, it has happened. When you're young, all this doesn't happen. When you're young, you don't fucking think about all this, man. So fucking strange. It's so fucking strange. Something that you take so for granted. You take health so for granted. When you become old, it becomes so much of a priority. Today, it's like the first focus and priority is health. That's why I go for this walking, this running in the sun. I ensure that my body is exposed to the sun, whether vitamin D or not or whatever. I know it's good for me. I make sure that after I finish my exercise, have ginger and hot water, garlic and hot water, and then not eat anything for the next 1 hour, then have a black coffee with no sugar. I do all this because I want to keep healthy. This is not something you'll understand when you're young. When you're young, you just want to do crazy stuff. It's like when you're young, you just want to spend money, you want to enjoy with the girls, you want to show off, big muscles, this, that. Oh, when I was young, I wanted to argue with others. I wanted to show I was big, mighty, powerful, strong, lift heavy things, impress everyone. Oh, the muscles are so big. Oh, I was bloody 125 kilos, man. Lifting fucking crazy weights. Deadlift 185, leg press 310 kilos, full squat free 225 for 2-3 reps. They put tremendous amount of pressure on my joints. And yes, I was taking steroids then. Today, I don't want to do that. Even if I have access to it, I'll not take it. I don't want to go to the fucking gym. When I was young, would love to go to the gym, 3 hours in the gym. Today, I think to myself, what the fuck am I going to do 3 hours in the gym? Who the fuck is crazy? Sit at home, enjoy a nice book, play some games online, or make some money. The focus comes to money. And why money? Because you're thinking about your family, you're thinking about your future. It's funny, once you become 40, how your priorities change. You start realizing that you have another 20 more years to earn money, after which nobody gives a fuck about you. You keep thinking about the fact that you're going to get older, you're going to get outdated. The younger generation is coming. They would, take your jobs or whatever. And then eventually you'll reach a point where nobody gives a fuck about you anymore. You're unimportant. You're irrelevant. And that is the reality. See, the fact is, one day it's going to be hard for me to get up. One day it's going to be hard for me to do this exercise. And it gets harder. I'll tell you, it gets harder every year. It kind of gets a little bit harder. It gets harder to do exercise. It gets harder to be perfectly in health. It gets harder to stay relevant. Happens with fighters. Happens with everybody. Like you see Mike Tyson's videos. When Mike Tyson was young, he was like, "I'll kill you. I'll eat your mother. I'll eat your daughter. I'll eat your wife, and I'll kill you." And then he wanted to win belts and all that, and he ended up buying those tigers and big expensive cars. Today, you listen to him speak. He says those belts were useless. He made a lot of mistakes. He just wants to be a family guy. We all change with time, man. Life is a phase, like this, you know. What's my focus today is just to be healthy, because obviously without health, I'll be hospitalized. First is health. Second one, obviously, is money. Need to have the money to take care of family, pay the bills. Third one is, peace of mind and happiness. So fourth one is family. So you have this different set of priorities, which are very different when you're young, and it changes. That's why I'm not interested in making friends. I'm not interested in girls. I'm not into all that bullshit. Just want to make my money. I don't want any friends. Make money, take care of my family. Take care. Goodbye. See you. Don't want to socialize. Don't nothing. Very happy this way. It's something you wouldn't understand, I guess, unless you have crossed 40. It's only after you have crossed you'll realize what I'm saying. Anyway, today I spoke like an old man. Let me know what are your priorities. Let me know how old are you in the comment section below. I'd like to hear how old are you and what are your priorities? What are your goals? What do you want to do? It's funny getting old. Anyway, guys, you guys take care. This is this old man signing off for now.
Are you fed up of